Hi, everyone. Welcome to Compassion in Action. Before we begin, and in line with this service's celebration of animal chaplains, I want to give a shout out to two animal chaplain friends. A little over a month ago, I lost one of the great loves of my life, my little dog, Sunday. I wasn't prepared for the level of grief that followed. It was deep, it was cutting, it was ever present, and I wasn't doing well. After her passing, two friends who were animal chaplains reached out to me. One is Diane Waltner, who is here today. She's a chaplain in training with the Animal Chaplain Training Program, and the other is Compassion Consortium's own Reverend Sarah Bowen. Their special ability to share their powers of healing and the ability to sit in the presence of great grief helped me immensely. They've been a blessing in my life, and my world now seems brighter. And I want to just thank both of you for your caring. It's deeply appreciated. So today we welcome Reverend Sarah Bowen, founder of both the Animal Chaplain Training Program and the Compassion Consortium. Sarah, why did you begin the Animal Chaplain Training Program?
I love this because it's connected to what Candace was talking about. I also attended Chicago Theological. I also studied under Dr. Terrell and a man named Ken Stone, who does a lot of exegesis on animal-related issues. And what I realized was there were a lot of people in the world who were interested in animal theology and how can we better attend to both animals from a spiritual nature, right? The spiritual lives of animals, and also humans who are grappling with loss and distress and dystopia and all this other stuff. And how can we attend to that better? And knowing that for many people, going through a full Master of Divinity program isn't necessarily attainable. It costs a lot of money to go through an MDiv. It also takes a lot of time, as Candace was just attesting to how much time we put into theological thought. And, all of us have within us the seeds for being able to companion others in the ways that, Elaine, you experienced from Diane and I. And so we took the chaplaincy program. I like to say it's like part healer, part theologian, part animal advocate. Those are the kind of three sections of things that we teach in the program. And we launched it last year. And we've had 55 folks who entered the program and many who are with us today that we're going to be celebrating and honoring.
So if we enrolled in the program, if all of us were fortunate enough to do that, what would we find surprising?
Oh, that is such a great question. I think it's the intersections. I think is one thing. And the other is the depth of what we can reclaim about concern for habitats, for individual animals, for species from our spiritual traditions, as we talk a lot about here, right? So it's being able to go back. This isn't new, folks. And it's not just St. Francis. Like there's a lot of, and I say that lovingly, knowing how much you love St. Francis, Elaine. But there are so many of these wonderful sacred texts and teachers and inspirational leaders that we can draw things from. And at the same time, that's all great. I'm an Enneagram 7, so like I just toss a lot of stuff at people to take a look at. But we also have within us that seed, again, that seed of just healing presence, of being able to sit with another. So we all have the capacity to be able to do this, even if we think, oh, I'm not sure I could do that. The knowledge and the capacity, that's what you get in the program. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. And as a person who had never experienced the benefits of an animal chaplain, I am so grateful that you were both in my life. You've been a blessing. Thank you.
My pleasure, and speaking for Diane, her pleasure as well. These things we learn, the tools of listening, like we did with Elaine, of doing rituals and blessings, and how do we support people in distress, all of those things that are so key to the work that we do here. So I'm grateful for a little time to lift it up today. And then I want to use the rest of our time to talk about these amazing people. Folks, this is our amazing community of folks who have just spent 6 months dedicated to helping people of all species heal, to advocate for them, to companion them, to support them. You see a few photos of other than humans in here. This has been unbelievably amazing journey. It's really remarkable. And it's because of these people. It's because of these people who are engaged in a learning community. So I want to lift up a few of them. All of this entire group comes from 24 different states in the US and 4 different countries. They come from diverse careers. And we have a few who are now headed out to integrate the tools that they've learned into their current work, in fields including forest therapy and bereavement support, ministry, animal care, occupational therapy, prayer chaplaincy, Reiki support. They are doing some amazing things. And so I just want to speak to them and take a moment to give a hurrah or a yay or a whatever it is that we give. To Agnetha Blomberg McCormack, who is across the pond and joins us very, very late at night. To Alexis Burrows, to Allie Carroll, Beth Gill, Laura Brinkerhoff, Linda Levering Schneider, Maggie McKinney's, Kathy Myers, to Kenneth Odiambo Nindoga, our international affiliate chaplain in Kenya. His name may be familiar because we had an essay from him a couple months ago. The work he's doing there with his wife and his sons. And to Tai Klunik and her wild animal companion, Nova, who has inspired us all to look way more deeply at our relationship with bears. I've learned so much from their relationship, from this beautiful interspecies relationship. So those folks are heading out on what I like to call independent study now, back into their lives. And then in June, we are going to officially ordain those who are in our ordination program. So you'll hear more names and you'll see some more faces in June. They are now engaging in capstones, their own unique compassion in actions. Elaine, do you have a hooray? Do you have a hooray movement? Anybody who has their video on, or even if you don't, because we had it locked down for the bombers, if you could give a hooray moment, for these amazing hearts and souls and minds. We are so proud of you. We love you. We're so delighted you were with us. Oh, that's a good one too. Fabulous. And then we're going to have 2 of them now to help us roll out with the blessings and prayers. Thank you, Elaine, for letting us co-opt a little bit of your time today.